do everything, he's always useful. Well, Yuna's doing it. Bad girl, like, path complete Lucas. She's learnt death.
Oh, yeah.
Yuna's gone full goth. She's learned how to cast death. Riku. Actually, to be fair, no. Let's explore Riku's path. Do I want to learn Cura and all that bollocks? What path would be better for Riku? Like, she wants to like quick hit and shit, so. No, I'm gonna let Riku save up for a little while. Because she's already powerful enough with her items. Move. Oh, Tidus is almost getting full break. He's almost there, Lucas. He's almost the strongest character in the team.
I had the scare, like, I just froze for like 15 seconds. My PC just completely stopped for a good 15-20 seconds. Like, oh no.
How'd it feel?
I was waiting for the blue screen to come in.
I like the thing that keeps happening to me, and it's super annoying. Level 3 key sphere. Wow. I think I've got enough of them. Let's go. So I'm sending Kimari down to get a quick hit. And what I'm going to do is, like, this is the point in the game where we start using all these, like, return spheres.
I'm so scared it happened again, Karl. I might be...
Is it not doing well?
It's not. I might be on my way out.
You might be. 'Cause you can feel your PC shit in the bed, can you?
It's the second time it's just frozen. Oh, maybe again.
That is rough. In which case, then, you shoot me a message if that happens.
Yes, I will. If I die at any point random, I'll just, like, message you.
For context, Lucas's PC is just, it's having a mare at the moment.
It's not been great.
It's not been great. It happens to us all, but... yeah, I'm nearly at the point where all those return spheres and teleport spheres I've been saving become useful. Because once I've got full break, it's just, okay, all of my damage dealers teleport to where Tidus is and give them all full break. And then all of my magic users will teleport up to where Yuna is when she gets there, when she starts getting to where, like...
the end of Yuna's journey.
Flare and shit is. But full break, if you have that on every member of your party, it's like game over.
Yeah.
Because every encounter is just, oh, the enemy is weak to everything now.
The last chapter in my story.
The last chapter in
my thoughts,
story.
They kept floating.
I do like that line of like, this is my story, but the fact he says it after all of Kimari's people just died is really insulting.
While standing next to Yuna, let's bear in mind.
Yeah, and she's the one who knows she's gonna die.
Yuna, I say no. If we go down there, then
you'll get a lot of XP. There's a lot of good items down there. It's a really good area for grinding.
Riku, you're a true friend.
Look at that.
And I thank you, but...
I like how she's saying this, Tidus is being physically blocked from frame.
Down to Samarkand.
Oh, he's back, look.
I'm not saying we shouldn't go.
So can we not take a break?
But should we think about it some more? There's gotta be some kind of way we can save you, Yuna.
Oh, Kimari, look. Do you think he just has Sentinel activated at all times?
He must do. He's always in Guardian mode.
Riku.
Like, Joe, when he's got his arms crossed, is that just Sentinel?
Yeah.
And this is where, like, weirdos on the internet draw fan art of this, not realising that they're cousins and they're friends. It's like, come on, weirdos on the internet.
To support each other. It's not like they're about to kiss.
It's like, why, like, people of the same sex can have, like, platonic friendships?
No,
don't make
Karl,
it weird.
What it is that they're people that have never had a proper hug in their life.
That's what it is, yeah, that's a good point. Also, they're playing the song.
It's okay, I know your mother never loved you. Go make some weird fan art of cousins making love.
Cousin nuzzling.
We're gonna see each other again, okay?
It's a cousin awkward.
Let's go.
So here it is. So I think you can not pick this up if you don't want, so we probably should.
Yeah,
it's like, it's important story stuff, so. Imagine we just started playing, like, I don't know, do you know that song from the beginning, like, oh,
It just started playing one Winged angel. Like, no.
Sephiroth comes out. Just. Dun, 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 dun. It's like,
Just throw it into the ocean. Like, no.
it's like, who in this land has the largest
Kimari
sword?
told me when my father wanted me taken
got
from
shit to
Bavel
deal with,
to
Sephiroth.
Besaid, it was you who told Kimari.
So this is
right?
the one.
I had always wanted
This is
to meet you
something she
someday.
recorded. Joe, when you like walk in on
I
her
am
in a
truly
room,
glad that I had that chance.
and she's
right.
like really
As a
nervous. She's
guardian was
recording
so
this,
great and
knowing that
honored.
she was gonna die.
I don't know how to thank you.
This is still back in the day when
If I defeat Sin,
Tidus is just
that will
like
be my
there.
thanks
Yeah,
to
we're
you.
all gonna have so much fun and
That's what
ice
I'll
cream
do.
when this is all done.
Yes.
You know,
So,
ice
yeah.
cream, you're gonna stare at the
I will
sunset.
challenge Sin.
Yes, we
I
will.
will defeat Sin.
Good job, Tidus.
If you are all there watching this, then I guess Sin is already gone.
This feels really. This is like
And
reading
so am
someone's
I.
will.
Essentially, yeah.
I suppose. Anyway, I just wanted to say, Sir Orin,
I can't remember if she says anything
thank
about
you.
Riku in this, because we've not
But
met
she
Riku
wasn't
at this
part
point
of
in
the
game.
party technically,
Yeah.
but she
Do
must
you
have known
remember the
Riku from
first
the
day we
past.
met?
But
I was only 7.
Maybe. But
My
I do like these like
father
little backgrounds.
had defeated Sin,
Mm.
and all Bavel was
Need to get a little
celebrating.
insight into how she met everybody.
Everyone was saying what a hero my father was. I was so happy. But when night came,
I do wish you could move the camera
It
around here and
occurred
just go
to
see
me.
what the Chocobo's doing.
my father had defeated Sin. and
the
now
most important story
he was
element.
dead.
Chocobos?
What's the Chocobo up
I
to?
was
It's alright, we saved it, remember? We got the Chocobo
I
eater.
couldn't sleep,
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember.
so I wandered into the town.
That does feel a bit
Away from the
mean.
celebrating
Like celebrating
crowds.
with you, know that our
I
dad's
stood
died.
on the bridge in Bavel, where my father and I had.
Because everyone
partied.
keeps telling like you must be so proud. It's like, well,
Standing
my dad died. Yeah, great,
alone.
thanks.
I
But at
could
the
see
same
the
time,
fields
what would be
where he had
worse if
fought
they all went
Sin.
and had a party and left Yuna on her own?
That's fair, yeah.
You appeared,
Yeah,
Kimari.
Yeah, Kimari.
You said you were looking
Oh, your
for
dad
the
just
daughter
died.
of
We're all allowed to have a
Roscoe,
party
remember?
without your bar.
Fuck
At
yeah.
first, I was so scared.
You would be
until I
scared, but imagine if you were like
realized what a
7 years
gentle
old and you met
person
Kimari.
You are.
I'd feel safe.
You weren't
This
used
big
to
cat man
talking to
telling that
children.
you're gonna be okay and he'll look
When
after
I
you.
told you that I was Roscoe's
Well, that's what
daughter,
happened. Is she
you
just said
you
there?
would
It's
take me as far
Oren
from
sent
Bavel
Kimari
as
to look
you
after
could.
her.
That
When they
it
met
was
him.
the wish of a man facing death.
And Kimari's like, okay,
I
I'll do
think
that.
I cried then because that was when I knew my father
And
was
you had to
dead,
hear it from Kimari.
and I would never.
I don't think
see
like
him
Kimari's probably the
again.
best at like emoting.
You just held me without saying a word. I cried after we got to Besaid too.
That's
When you
rough.
tried to go, after leaving me in the care of the temple, I held on to you crying, "Don't go, don't go."
And then he never
And you
did.
listened, Kimari. You
He's a
stayed.
proper bro. He's such a
Kimari.
bro.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you so
Ooh.
much.
I do appear to be able to move the camera a
And
little
I've
bit. Wait a
always
minute.
liked your
Oh.
broken horn.
Oh. Okay.
Can we get?
Oh, damn it,
Chocobo?
no!
Lulu,
Fuck! I was like, I'll move it just a little
I'll never
bit.
forget my days spent with you.
Oh, damn it. I was like almost
Growing up
making it
in
towards the
Besaid.
Chocobo.
We always played together.
Fuck.
Us and Chapu.
We'll never know what happened.
That's why I was always so happy, I think. And when you refused to let me become a summoner, and I did it anyway,
That's so fucking rough.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to apologize. You know, when you tried
Yeah,
to stop me then,
It's understandable to try to stop
Really?
you. Gotta go.
I
You
was
basically
happy.
said, I'm gonna die
I
in
could
5
tell
years.
You really
Yeah.
cared about me.
This world is fucked
You
up.
were like my big brother and sister.
It really is,
No.
and the fact that
I think
just
you
Kamari
really
said, I
were
really
my
just
big
wanted to
brother
let
and
you not
sister.
die.
Alright, well,
What
don't
else?
worry. We're not gonna let that happen. We will
I
punch
love
the
watching you play
fuck
blitzball, Waka.
out of Sin.
I even love it when you scold me, Lulu. Really?
Are we gonna get one for
I
Riku?
guess that leaves.
No, she doesn't give one for
the
Riku.
newest Guardian.
Again, like she does know Riku at this point, but at the same time,
I don't think she
We-
does. She
she's not.
She knew she was Albed, but she never knew Riku. I don't think.
I am.
Oh.
Well,
Because you meet Riku just after this moment, and I appreciate that they do the thing of, you might have called Tidus like butt fart or something.
glad that we met.
So they just say
even known each
star
other.
the Zanakan names.
And I guess that's why, you know, a lot of the
It's
time, as you said, that
So,
they can't technically
this is what
refer
it
to him
feels
as
like.
Tidus at any point. They've
It's
got
a
to refer
much
to
more
him as
wonderful feeling
like Man of
than
Zanarkand.
anything
Which I feel is a
ever
weakness.
imagined.
Like, if they just never give the option to name Tidus, and just had people say his
But it
name,
hurts
would that
sometimes.
really
Yeah.
have changed the game that much?
I wonder.
I am a fan of like
I-
the thing, man from Zanarkand.
I just want to
Yeah.
say thank you.
That
for
does sound pretty cool,
everything.
but it's like, you know, when Breath of the Wild was the first Zelda game with any voice acting, and Link doesn't talk, but they decided, well, you can't name Link anymore because
He's
we've got
Link.
to have Zelda being like, Link,
Link.
wake the fuck up.
When I think
Which makes sense.
about
Actually,
us
he
never
is the.
being
Oh, they
together
could have
again,
got away with just calling him the hero. If everyone
But
just calls
that's
him.
even worse because that's Dragon Quest territory, and that's,
Yeah.
those protagonists are like the most bland shit.
Maybe like the hero of the wild then.
No, I shouldn't say
Then
that.
that's just Breath of the Wild.
I'll do
20
that
years
later.
well, 16 years early or whatever. You know, you never know, but
What you up to?
Either way.
retroactively just stealing from Breath of the Wild 16 years before it came out.
Just because I think we have both had that idea of like they should make it so that you can choose whether or not whether Link is a girl or a boy because of how androgynous their appearance is, and just have it as like, well, no one really knows what gender Link was. They just know they were a great hero.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not as if Link is a really masculine or feminine name.
No.
Like it's a random name that could be very androgynous. There's no reason why it couldn't just be like. Even when they talk about past heroes, it's like the hero of legend.
Yeah, they never
When they're
establish
talking
one
about-
way or
oh.
the other.
All we know is that somebody turned up with the Master Sword and a green tunic on and saved the day,
And I kind of like
and
that
that's
about
what the
RPGs.
legend tells.
We have like this like the man from Zanarkand. Like all they knew he was a great hero.
Mm-hmm.
And here it is. Do you recognise this?
Oh, this is the shot from like the beginning, isn't it?
Beginning of the game, yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm not sure how up there this is. Like this shot here, for me, this has so much nostalgia. Like when Tazanakan comes playing in.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's up there with the shot of the Buster Blade? Like Joe, when it's like stuck in the ground at the end.
Not quite, just because I feel like the background's too busy.
But when you
And
see it's like
it
everyone's
doesn't
weapon.
quite have the same impact, but I think
with
it's a strong image.
but with Tazanakan playing in the background. And after playing this bit now, like all the journey builds up to it, and it's just they're all sat here and Tazanakan's playing. After
It's
all that.
strong. It's strong. I personally don't think it's as strong, having no attachment to either game. Not saying that, like, you've picked a very good moment to compare it to, though. This is like a very good, poignant moment.
Like the bit where Cloud leaves the Buster Sword behind.
Yeah.
And you just have like Tidus, because this is the first time he's seen his home.
His
It's
non-existent home.
Yeah, it's what the entire story's built towards. This is him getting to see, like, oh yeah, it really is, like, with his own eyes. But I really do love that shot of the, like, the fact that Blitzball's there is really funny to me.
Yeah.
The fact like the
think
Blitzball is up there with
my-
like,
I'm probably jaded because Square love to use that shot a lot.
They
like,
do, yes.
even in Kingdom Hearts and stuff, like,
and the Keyblade's
they
not as iconic.
reuse that over and over again.
It's a good shot.
It is a good shot, but they constantly do like the shot of
The weapon.
you know,
yeah.
a weapon or two jammed into the ground with like the nice background and the poignant song play. It's a very tropey Square Enix thing.
And I will say that Brotherhood is not as iconic a weapon as another one because you almost immediately swap it for something else because
Yeah,
half
yeah.
the game is spent fighting water monsters that are immune
Listen
to
to
damage
my
from the sword.
story.
So while
This
Brotherhood is a cool sword,
may be
it's,
our last
and it's
chance.
Tidus's weapon, I spend most of the game not using it because even though it's powerful, it's only powerful in certain situations.
No, his dad technically doesn't exist as like neither of them exist as we would know them. Like they're
it's-
not proper, just regular human beings.
Yeah,
or
it's
anything.
really, really dicey. It doesn't particularly matter at this
Hey,
point.
there was
Like they
more
are
fun.
manifestations
I mean,
of
like that
something
time.
rather than being like
Uh,
specific,
anyone?
just born humans from the sounds of it. As far as I can
think-
grasp, anyway.
Yes?
I think that we should stop.
Huh?
Maybe.
Fuck yeah! Give up! Big give up. Let's just leave. Fuck it.
I love giving up. It's easy.
Something is like Brotherhood is a cool fucking sword. And the fact that it's designed entirely around the theme, because it's a fishhook. It's a really cool weapon, it's just a shame it's basically worthless after like 3 hours of obtaining it. Even after it gets its upgrade. If you go look, its upgrade is pretty decent. You've got Brotherhood look, strength +5, +10, but Water Strike.
Yeah.
Water Strike ruins it. And maybe if it got stronger than this, if they put it like +25% strength, but it's just outclassed by just regular swords. Like just Avenger as like counter-attack or something. But, you know, I'll equip it for a bit. It feels like the game wants us to have it on now, so. And this for me is my favourite part of the game. Like this walk. It's just the
Like,
music's kicking in.
Have you got is this, or is there a different moment that's your favorite like quiet part of a video game?
This is up there.
Because there's like obvious other moments that I can think of. For example, with like obviously it's not silent, but like the ladder moment in MGS3.
Yeah, that's too. I never really like that. I always found it odd.
I think one of my favorites is like the ride to Mexico in Red Dead.
That's a good one.
I've just like just go on this road for like 5 minutes and just travel your way down.
Yeah, I've always liked this one just because they're playing the song and they know this song's a good fucking song because it overpowers everything else in the scene.
Yeah.
And it's just the walk when you have like all that talking and just the fact maybe part members talk. There's no talking to be done.
Something I might think about making a video like down in the future, do a bit of research of like
best quiet
what's some of the coolest moments of just downtime, like because even here where you're making like you're still doing battles, it's giving you this like one quiet moment of just the song playing over everything.
And that's the thing as well, none of your party members talk or anything like that. There's no there's no reason to talk, there's no need for it. They're all accepting what's about to happen. It's just this, it's quite like sad that they're just walking towards their death. Like your entire party is walking towards its death and they don't care. Oh god no, Yuna's just killed us all. Well, that's all the drama ruined because Yuna's gonna kill us. Oh no. Yep, she hit herself and put herself to sleep.
No, I guess that was bad.
Wait, Oren. You can save the moment, Fuck it. Just leave Kimari is what you would want.
That's wrong.
The worst bit about that is if you do that, you know that if you don't mention the ladder scene, everyone's going to talk about it as if you don't know what it is. And can you deal with that of like, can't believe you didn't mention the ladder scene in Metal Gear? It's like, it's not mentioned because everybody knows that scene.
But like, I will, put that on the list of ideas, but it's not exactly like it's going to be something I'll make tomorrow or whatever, but it's just one of those things. Quite a few games give you that moment of reflection.
Looks like the far plane. Close enough.
Just like the downtime. I'm trying to think now of any other moments like in a game where that happens. Because I know I can picture it in my head, but it's
yeah. So that's why like there's not many moments that pop into my head straight away, but I know that I've played quite a few.
Where you just have like after a massive action scene, just a few moments. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's difficult to think.
Like, I'm pretty sure Last of Us 1 and 2 probably both have a moment like that.
Yeah, it's when you get to the town in it.
And like the museum scene as well.
Yeah, when you walk around the museum just chilling.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Metal Gear Solid 3, just the ladder scene. And it's literally just a moment in between like a lot of big set piece action moments where you just get like some downtime going up a very big ladder listening to a good song.
Yeah, and then they tried like it's one of those things where it's really hilarious because Kojima thought he was so fucking good doing it again, and it absolutely falls flat when he does it again in MGS5, and it's so flaccid, and it's to the point where it's actually funny how bad it is. Well, they
See,
do
I'm
that
thinking
Jeep
less
ride.
like Elevator and Mass Effect, where it's just hiding a loading screen, and more just like when a game has one big moment like this, where
Like
they
this.
go, just take a minute to just like, we'll just give you some nice music to listen to, and just it's meant to be a very poignant part of the story. Of like, this is the moment where, as Karl says, they're essentially marching to their own death.
So they just play the song in the background.
Yeah, they do it in like, I think there's a couple of moments that do it really well in Death Stranding.
No, like the
where-
entire game's that though, isn't it?
But normally they don't play music. So there's only a handful of times when they play music while you're traveling in the overworld, and it's to kind of inflate those moments of like, oh, a big story part has just happened, like we're gonna put a song on for you now to walk through and think about what's just happened for the next couple of minutes.
I feel like that's then. It's like music's what really sells this then. Just this moment is all like, it's 100% the music that sells it.
It is, yeah.
Farewell.
And I think every time I'm thinking of one of these moments,
That's how it's done.
nearly all of them has a song to go with it. So I think a big part of it is the music that they choose to use in these timepieces. I'd say, like, you know, the Last of Us 2, the museum doesn't necessarily have music, so it's not always like that.
No, but it's
But then you have, I think there's a big difference between like the way Last of Us 2 pulled it off, and for example the way Miles Morales pulled it off.
what's the scene
Like
of
Miles Morales
really
had like a flashback bit where they went through and viewed like the museum pieces and stuff, and it felt a bit more just tropey and annoying, and I wanted it to kind of get out of the way.
bad. Whereas in The Last of Us, you couldn't wait to explore more of that museum.
Yeah, and like, I relished my time in those conversations that they had. So there is a fine line.
And it's rarely done well. That's the thing. It can be done very poorly. Even like Kojima, who
No time to
did one of the
waste.
best
Let's
examples
go.
of it, still
Yeah,
fucks it
he's-
up trying to replicate it.
And I will say as well, yeah, like Mass Effect 3, actually thinking about it, of like the moment when you get up to the top and like the end of the game is just you walking and talking essentially. Like there's no combat to end that game.
Well, you're getting back Marauder shields.
No, yeah, but that's the end of it, and then there's like another half hour of just like walking slowly or having conversations, and like that's one time where, you know, we constantly talk about like the Marvel TV shows having
Always.
to end with the big CG battle, and like Mass Effect didn't pull it off great, but at least they had the balls to try it.
Yeah.
Like
they
it
tried
didn't
to do
have to
something.
be the big spectacle ending. It was like a conversation to end the game.
Name yourself.
I am the summoner Yuna.
And I kind of
have
wish for
come
that
from the
moment
island
they
of
just
the
gave
Sin.
you really weak enemies
Your eyes,
to
my
emphasize the
dear,
fact that your party's now strong enough to
show
challenge the
me
final boss. But
road
Mhm.
you
Eh.
have traveled.
like ifs and
Very
buts.
good. You have journeyed
So I
well.
don't know anything about this moment. Is this going to be that we challenge Sin, fail, and like get sent back through time or some shit?
No, we have to get the final
Go
A
to
on.
her now.
But this is
Ah,
like,
right, okay.
you'll probably need to look up how we finish this puzzle. 'Cause it's kind
Of course, yeah, yeah.
Because it is. Oh, there we go. Play my song. Dun, 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 dun. So the Zanakan Ruin puzzle. Dun, 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 dun. So we do have to like do one last run with some actually kind of fun enemies in there.
Is it the destruction fear you want?
Yes.
I will gladly give my life.
You get some
It is
story
the
stuff here,
highest honor for which a guardian might
where you get to see
ask.
all like former guardians
Choose my
and
lifeline
summoners.
token And rid spirit of sin.
Ah.
You see summoners of past and present.
What was that?
Our predecessors.
Yeah, and they all got wrecked as well.
She said Lady Jokun, didn't she? Wait, she guarded High Summoner Jokun?
Probably, yeah.
This dome is filled with fireflies. It's like one gigantic sphere. People's thoughts remain here forever.
That's rough. Can you imagine if you like your thoughts, like you're having a shit or something, and then that's the memory that gets preserved forever. That's gotta be rough. So we're not in the temple just yet. We've got to do like one last run.
Okay, yeah.
Oh god.
Oh, this is the one that I saw a preview of, where you've got to like make Tetris blocks on the floor or whatever.
Yeah. So we'll probably need some help for this one, but
Yeah, that's fine. I've got just Zanakan Cloister of Trials walkthrough up here.
done.
So.
Easy. Protect Kimari. Kimari needs protection. I like how he looks at her when he does it. I like he doesn't clock Soren in the face. Get him, Oren. And then let's do it.
Oh,
Because it's one of these things we can just very easily cheese this now, thanks to
have you?
Provoke.
It says when you have accessed the nav map later on, you can only get the Destruction Sphere portion of the Xanacan Cloister by returning.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Either way, we'll make sure we
That's
get
what
it.
this one website says. Maybe I'll check another one just in case.
We'll probably, like, just when we get to the next thing, because this is going to take just a brief spell to get through as well. Because there is some pretty tough enemies here, and I do want to fight them to get as many of the items as we can get. They got some good shit for us.
Yep. It says return to this place after you do something on the airship. I won't say what it is, but like.
Oh, okay, no problem then. I will just
sure
like
you know.
double checking.
Yeah, it
My
just
memory
says.
is still a little fuzzy.
Of course, yeah.
Go on,
Yeah, it just says the Destruction Sphere is one that you have to come back for.
Bonk. Blast punch. Bam. Look at like Tidus being just this absolute man. Like, I can't get over just how tough Tidus is. Whee!
Okay, yeah.
You got
No, just like I've checked 2 places and been like, yeah, and then Archangel in chat just being like, that can confirm you have to come back.
Okay, I'll
I
just
can
double
keep
check
the
it.
puzzle walkthrough up for you, just to alleviate the difficulty.
Right, so you can see this thing here, super tough, but it can't do any damage to us, so it's just basically free XP. Like, we will eventually kill it, so.
It's just got to struggle for now.
Well, annoyingly, there's only 2 people on a party who can hit through armor. It's tight.
Yeah.
Luckily, it's the people who do the most damage, so.
It's always handy.
So I was going to mash A. Look at Tidus. Tidus taking it with 40 health.
Farewell.
There we go. Like, that is living up to its name, though. Defender.
Yeah.
Like, that shit is defending like an absolute champion. So there's, for a corporate, a lot of, like, quite tough enemies in here.
Right.
Oh. Speaking of which. So, we already fought the one, and I can't be asked by another one. So we beat the one. Maybe I'll come here and grind at some point. Because now we've got access to here, it's a good place to grind. You can just fight those, and there's very little risk.
That's fair.
I'm hoping for the other thing. Yeah, these things. Okay, these are much more fun. These are much more fun, so you can just do this. Bushido. Yeah, you tell them, Oren. Just scream like a madman. Like on the one in the back, even though I targeted it, did not die. You're going to move in. What you got, Mr. Robot? Don't you do it! Fuck! Ooh, I knew it'd do that.
Nasty.
I knew it. I saw when it like Tidus was looking at it like, don't you fucking dare.
Don't.
So killing those 3 things is like worth more than that giant robot. 10,000 kill. I'll use that very well. Like Yojimbo just rubbing his hands together. He's like behind a tree like, yeah! You can just sense it, can't you?
Just when you opened up this stream and look, I've got 140k. He's like, no, you don't. I've got 50k of that.
It's like, I've got that. It's like, oh, look at how much money we have. Don't you mean I have? What? Yeah, we're in.
You know what? At least just be grateful that he isn't killing you for that money and that he's working with you.
Yeah, that's the thing. Oh, he did it! We got the natural 9999.
That's how
You
it's
know, Laura.
That is how it's done. What does Yojimbo do with that money? I like to think
And he just buys dog toys.
he throws it away. It's not even that he wants it, it's the principle.
He just wants to see how much you think he's worth.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's the principle. I'm not working for free. I respect it. It's that thing of like, do you really need that money? It's like, that doesn't matter. I want it.
He wants your respect. That's what he wants.
And your cash.
Well, yeah, but that's how you show him that you respect him, right?
That is true. don't. Oh, God. Okay, leave him alone. Like, it's supposed to be his story, and he spends half of it dead. Look, they've left him all the way behind, look. Why just leave that? Because that's really funny. He's really funny that he's literally not even on screen.
Like, fuck this dickhead. I love the fact that this party is a guy that's
He's in the
already
background! You see it?
dead. He is. This party is like the guy that's already dead, the guy that doesn't exist, and the last of his kind.
Yeah. We are just the
Power
party
trio.
of men that no longer matter.